kitchen clock strikes 2 as steam begins to rise inside my heavy eyes. I stir the dark espresso in a porcelain cup, waiting for the morning light to wake the city up. You sit across the table with a distant vacant stare, running nervous fingers through your tangled messy hair. We look like 2 survivors from a devastating blast, trying to decipher how our summer couldn't last. The aromatic perfume fills the quiet, chilly space, but can unmask the tension written clearly on your face. A spoonful of brown sugar doesn't alter how it tastes. Another sad reminder of the years we put to waste. I watch the black liquid swirl around the silver spoon beneath the pale illumination of a dying moon. We used to talk for hours when our universe was young. Now silence is the only native language on our tongue. This caffeinated sadness keeps my racing heart awake, counting every single promise that we chose to break. The temperature is dropping, but the kettle starts to scream, waking us abruptly from a warm romantic dream. Midnight brew is dripping in the quiet of the room, a bit of medication for this overwhelming gloom. It keeps the shadows moving while the rest of earth can't sleep, guarding all the painful revelations that we keep. Oh, midnight brew, you simmer with the dark and smoky soul, restoring just a fraction of my shattered self-control. We drink our tribulation till the bottom of the pot, accepting all the lessons that our tragedy has taught. I find some ceramic mugs we bought in Italy, back when you were completely infatuated with me. Now one of them is chipped along the delicate rim, as our prospects for survival grow increasingly dim. I spill a couple droplets on the clean linoleum floor, realizing that I shouldn't invite you anymore. The caffeine makes me shiver, but I crave the burning heat, the only thing that makes this isolation feel complete. You wrap your shivering knuckles around the heating glass, praying that this uncomfortable segment soon will pass. But we have reached the station where the train refuses to wait, leaving us stranded with our self-inflicted fate. The countertop is messy with the grounds of our deceit, making our transition into strangers feel complete. I switch the machine off and I lean against the sink, far too emotionally exhausted to even try to think. This caffeinated sadness keeps my racing heart awake, counting every single promise that we chose to break. The temperature is dropping, but the kettle starts to scream, waking us abruptly from a warm romantic dream. Midnight brew is dripping in the quiet of the room, a bit of medication for this overwhelming gloom. It keeps the shadows moving while the rest of earth can't sleep, guarding all the painful revelations that we keep. Oh, midnight brew, you simmer with a dark and smoky soul, restoring just a fraction of my shattered self-control. We drink our tribulation till the bottom of the pot, accepting all the lessons that our tragedy has taught. No cream can soften what we have become. Our emotional nerve endings are permanently numb. We swallow down the toxicity and pride, with nowhere left for our mistakes to hide. Pour it out, let it steam, end of this ancient dream. Cold drinks at the dawn, everything is gone. Midnight brew is dripping in the quiet of the room. A bit of medication for this overwhelming gloom. It keeps the shadows moving while the rest of earth can sleep, guarding all the painful revelations that we keep. Oh, midnight brew, you simmer with the dark and smoky soul, restoring just a fraction of my shattered self-control. We drink our tribulation till the bottom of the pot, accepting all the lessons that our tragedy has taught. Just a midnight brew to start the day, as you pack your bags and walk away, so bitter, so black, never looking back. Old letters gather dust inside a wooden chest, reminding me of times when we were truly blessed. The fountain pen is dry, the words begin to blur, a distant memory of who we used to were. I trace the lines you wrote when passion was alive, before we fought so hard just trying to survive. Now every sentence feels like someone else's script, a sudden poison that we accidentally sipped. The parchment turns to yellow under fading light, a quiet testament to every lonely night. You promised forever in a simple phrase, now lost inside a dizzy, suffocating haze. My fingers tremble as I fold the page away, knowing there is nothing left for us to say. A paper kingdom built on promises of thread, replacing all the logic that was in my head. The ink is vanishing into the air, leaving a blank page completely bare. We can't rewrite the chapters we destroyed, staring directly into the empty void. Faded ink upon a broken heart, showing the exact place we tore apart. The syllables are bleeding in the rain, washing out the patterns of our pain. Oh, faded ink, a ghost of what you swore, a sacred message that doesn't matter anymore. We watch the meaning slowly drift away into the shadows of a darker day. I find a photograph from 7 years ago, back when our rhythm was beautifully slow. Your signature is scratching at my mind, a cruel reminder of the peace I cannot find. I try to rub the stains out with my shaking hand, but some disasters are too deep to understand. The spill of black has ruined every perfect line, dividing what was yours from what was mine. The clock is moving backward in this lonely room, weaving a fabric out of temporary gloom. You left your autograph upon my fragile skin, a heavy game that neither of us could win. The final period is sharp and deeply cut, as every door between us is permanently shut. I close the journal and I turn the iron key, releasing all the ghosts that haunted me. The ink is vanishing into the air, leaving a blank page completely bare. We can't rewrite the chapters we destroyed, staring directly into the empty void. Faded ink upon a broken heart, showing the exact place we tore apart. The syllables are bleeding in the rain, washing out the patterns of our pain. Oh, faded ink, a ghost of what you swore, a sacred message that doesn't matter anymore. We watch the meaning slowly drift away into the shadows of a darker day. Between the lines, looking for magical non-existent signs. The story ended when the author died, killing the very last drop of our pride. Nothing left to read, no more wounds to bleed. The text is gone, the paper is dry underneath the gray. We tore apart. The syllables are bleeding in the rain, washing out the patterns of our pain. Oh, faded ink, the ghost of what you swore, a sacred message that doesn't matter anymore. We watch the meaning slowly drift away into the shadows of a darker day. Just faded ink on my hand, nobody understands. Let it blur, let it fade, the biggest mistake we ever made. Old letters gather dust inside a wooden chest, reminding me of times when we were truly blessed. The fountain pen is dry, the words begin to blur, a distant memory of who we used to were. I trace the lines you wrote when passion was alive, before we fought so hard just trying to survive. Now every sentence feels like someone else's script, a sudden poison that we accidentally sipped. The parchment turns to yellow under fading light, a quiet testament to every lonely night. You promised forever in a simple phrase, now lost inside a dizzy, suffocating haze. My fingers tremble as I fold the page away, knowing there is nothing left for us to say. A paper kingdom built on promises of thread, replacing all the logic that was in my head. The ink is vanishing into the air, leaving a blank page completely bare. We can't rewrite the chapters we destroyed. I wear my favorite evening gown of expensive emerald silk, walking through a neighborhood that smells of sour milk. The fabric has been torn along the delicate left sleeve, a physical reminder of the night you chose to leave. I pull the shiny material across my damaged chest, trying to ignore the fact that I am completely depressed. You treated my devotion like a cheap, disposable rag, leaving our relationship to deteriorate and sag. The glamorous illusions are beginning to decay as the bright neon streetlights turn everything to gray. I look into the mirror at my smeared, expensive rouge, recognizing that my emotional damage is massive and huge. We used to present ourselves with such aristocratic pride, completely unaware of the rot that was developing inside. Now I am standing stranded in this high society bar, wishing I could travel to a completely different star. The luxury cannot camouflage the bleeding underneath. As I try to smile through my tightly clenched teeth, we ruin something elegant with our domestic war, and neither of us recognizes who we are anymore. Bruised, hanging on a broken, fragile frame, a tragic exhibition of a hyper-destructive game. The smooth texture cannot hide the roughness of the blow, watching our expensive empire sink incredibly low. Bruised, and you are the uniform of my defeat, making my transition into loneliness complete. We traded total honesty for a superficial shine, crossing over every single catastrophic line. I find the diamond necklace that you bought to make amends, back when we were pretending to be more than just friends. The crystals look so dull beneath the flickering halogen bulb as my heavy heart begins to painfully convulse and throb. I unhook the heavy jewelry and let it hit the floor, knowing that your wealthy status cannot save us anymore. The material is stained with the sweat of my anxiety, a perfect representation of our failed propriety. You try to wrap your expensive cashmere coat around my back, but your touch only reminds me of the intimacy that we lack. We are just two mannequins inside a high-end store window display, waiting for the cleaning crew to sweep our ashes completely away. The threads are pulling apart and the seams begin to unravel, matching the difficult trajectory of the road we had to travel. I step out of your limousine into the freezing wet sleet, leaving you alone on the deserted wealthy street. The luxury cannot camouflage the bleeding underneath. As I try to smile through my tightly clenched teeth, we ruin something elegant with our domestic war, and neither of us recognizes who we are anymore. Bruised, hanging on a broken, fragile frame, a tragic exhibition of a hyper-destructive game. The smooth texture cannot hide the roughness of the blow, watching our expensive empire sink incredibly low. Bruised, and you are the uniform of my defeat, making my transition into loneliness complete. We traded total honesty for a superficial shine, crossing over every single dressed in expensive threads, haunted by the words inside our catastrophic head. Tear the silk, let it drop. This performance has to stop. No more shine, no more grace, erasing you from this place, from this place. Bruised, hanging on a broken, fragile frame, tragic exhibition of a hyper-destructive game. The smooth texture cannot hide the roughness superficial shine, crossing over every single catastrophic line. Nothing but blue satin left on the floor as I walk out through the heavy door. Let it rip, let it tear, I don't even care. The crimson sun descends beneath the distant purple hills as a sudden autumn shiver through my body chills. The shadows grow enormous on the overgrown lawn, signaling the final validation you are gone. I hear your phantom footsteps walking through the front hall, throwing ghostly silhouettes against the parlor wall. You murmur secret phrases that I cannot quite identify beneath the shifting colors of an uninspiring sky. A solitary swallow flies across the evening air, matching all the desperation that I have to bear. I close my weary eyelids just to capture your design, trying to convince myself that you are still mine. The wind is blowing through the cracks inside the ancient doors, sweeping dusty memories across the wooden floor. We spend our golden hours chasing after cheap illusions. Now we reap the harvest of our spiritual confusions. The twilight is absorbing every little spark of light, preparing for the onslaught of an endless winter night. We speak in quiet murmurs so the angels cannot hear, releasing every single unadulterated fear. Dusk whispers are traveling across the vacant space, erasing every remnant of your beautiful face. They tell me that our season has officially expired, leaving both our spirits unbelievably tired. Oh, dusk whispers, they echo through the violet twilight zone, confirming the reality that I am completely alone. A soft velvet reminder that the darkness always wins, exactly at the boundary where our tragedy begins. I find a silver locket buried deep inside the sand, remembering the pressure of your affectionate hand. The metal has oxidized and turned a dark metallic gray, just like the beautiful emotions that we threw away. I listen to the rustling of the dying willow trees, carrying your messages upon the evening breeze. You say that you are sorry for the damage that you caused back when our velocity was temporarily paused. The evening star is blinking in the upper stratosphere, making your complete abandonment feel incredibly near. I wrap my knitted shawl around my cold, unprotected neck, looking at the ruins of our monumental wreck. We built our expectations on a foundation of air. Now we sit inside the quiet valley of despair. The dusk is disappearing as the midnight takes control, swallowing the last remaining pieces of my soul. The twilight is absorbing every little spark of light, preparing for the onslaught of an endless winter night. We speak in quiet murmurs so the angels cannot hear, releasing every single unadulterated fear. beautiful face. They tell me that our season has officially expired, leaving both our spirits unbelievably tired. Our dusk whispers, they echo through the violet twilight zone, confirming the reality that I am completely alone. Completely alone. A soft velvet reminder that the darkness always wins, exactly at the boundary where our tragedy begins. Tragedy begins. Can you hear the shadows calling out my name? Can we really say that neither is to blame? We dissolve like mist upon a morning lake, vanishing with every single choice we make. Quiet now, the day is dead. No more words need to be said. Let the violet turn to black. There is no road to lead us back. Just whispers are traveling across the vacant space. Across the vacant space, erasing every remnant of your beautiful face. They tell me that our season has officially expired, leaving both our spirits unbelievably tired. Oh, dusk whispers, they echo through the violet twilight zone, confirming the reality that I am completely alone. A soft velvet reminder that the darkness always wins, exactly at the boundary where our tragedy begins. Hear them whisper soft and low, time to pack my things and go into the dark without a spark. You breathe your secrets directly against my bare shoulder blade. A soft avalanche of vocabulary designed to completely disarm. In the velvet sanctuary of the bedroom where the daylight fades, I fall victim once again to your dangerous, quiet charm. Your satin whispers float like incense through the humid air, painting illusions of a future that will never physically exist. I'm trapped inside the beautiful entanglement of your stare, unable to summon the strength to definitively resist. The fabric of the curtains rustles in the midnight breeze as you spin your delicate web of sophisticated deception. I am brought down completely to my trembling knees by the sheer elegance of your manipulative perfection. You know exactly which frequency to adjust your voice to bypass all the logical defenses inside my analytical brain, leaving me with absolutely nothing constructive left to do but swallow the bitter medicine disguised as pleasure and pain. The volume is low, but the impact is incredibly profound. Every syllable you utter vibrates along my sensitive spine. We are burying our sanity deep beneath the soft sound architect, blended perfectly with the expensive silk sheets on the bed. I try to gather the remaining shards of my self-respect, but I am intoxicated by the phrases you just said. You whispered that I am the only one you will ever truly desire, while the scent of another woman still lingers on your skin, feeding the fuel to my self-destructive, volatile fire, welcoming the beautiful devastation from within. The clock is ticking softly on the mahogany bedside table stand, a quiet witness to the absolute bankruptcy of our trust. I hold the weight of your empty promises in my hand, watching them dissolve into a pile of shimmering dust. No more running away from the reality of the situation. No more pretending that your words carry any actual weight. I'm waking up from this beautiful hypnotic hallucination and closing the heavy iron parameters of my gaze. The volume is low, but the impact is incredibly profound. Every syllable you utter vibrates along my sensitive spine. We are burying our sanity deep beneath the soft sound of a love that is beautiful, corrupted and divine, captivated entirely by these satin whispers in the dark, believing every single magnificent lie you softly tell. Nothing remains of our original, natural, living spark, just the intoxicating magic of this romantic spell. You speak so sweetly as you tear my world completely apart, muffling the sound of the destruction with gentle caress. You carved your name onto the surface of my fragile heart, leaving me stranded in this elegant, quiet mess. Speak no more, let the silence take over the room tonight. Your vocabulary has lost all its magic power over my soul. I'm stepping out of the shadows and into the morning light to finally reclaim my absolute, independent emotional control. Quiet words, soft to see our destruction is complete. Say no more, close your lips as the fantasy slowly slips, captivated entirely by these satin whispers in the dark, believing every single magnificent lie you softly tell. You breathe your secrets directly against my bare shoulder blade, a soft avalanche of vocabulary designed to completely disarm. In the velvet sanctuary of the bedroom where the daylight fades, I fall victim once again to your dangerous quiet charm. Your satin whispers float like incense through the humid air, painting illusions of a future. The kitchen clock strikes 2, as steam begins to rise inside my heavy eyes. stir the dark espresso in a porcelain cup, waiting for the morning light to wake the city up. You sit across the table with a distant vacant stare, running nervous fingers through your tangled messy hair. We look like two survivors from a devastating blast, trying to decipher how our summer couldn't last. The aromatic perfume fills the quiet chilly space, but cannot mask the tension written clearly on your face. A spoonful of brown sugar doesn't alter how it tastes, another sad reminder of the years we put to waste. I watch the black liquid swirl around the silver spoon, beneath the pale illumination of a dying moon. We used to talk for hours when our universe was young. Now silence is the only native language on our tongue. This caffeinated sadness keeps my racing heart awake, counting every single promise that we chose to break. The temperature is dropping, but the kettle starts to scream, waking us abruptly from a warm romantic dream. Midnight brew is dripping in the quiet of the room, a bit of medication for this overwhelming gloom. It keeps the shadows moving while the rest of earth can sleep, guarding all the painful revelations that we keep. Oh, midnight brew, you simmer with a dark and smoky soul, restoring just a fraction of my shattered self-control. We drink our tribulation till the bottom of the pot, accepting all the lessons that our tragedy has taught. I find some ceramic mugs we bought in Italy, back when you were completely infatuated with me. Now one of them is chipped along the delicate rim, as our prospects for survival grow increasingly dim. I spill a couple droplets on the clean linoleum floor, realizing that I shouldn't invite you anymore. The caffeine makes me shiver, but I crave the burning heat, the only thing that makes this isolation feel complete. You wrap your shivering knuckles around the heating glass, praying that this uncomfortable segment soon will pass. But we have reached the station where the train refuses to wait, leaving us stranded with our self-inflicted fate. The countertop is messy with the grounds of our deceit, making our transition into strangers feel complete. I switch the machine off and I lean against the sink, far too emotionally exhausted to even try to think. This caffeinated sadness keeps my racing heart awake, counting every single promise that we chose to break. The temperature is dropping, but the kettle starts to scream, waking us abruptly from a warm romantic dream. Midnight brew is dripping in the quiet of the room, a bit of medication for this overwhelming gloom. It keeps the shadows moving while the rest of earth can sleep, guarding all the painful revelations that we keep. Oh, midnight brew, you simmer with a dark and smoky soul, restoring just a fraction of my shattered self-control. We drink our tribulation till the bottom of the pot, accepting all the lessons that our tragedy has taught. We have become, our emotional nerve endings are permanently numb. We swallow down the toxicity and pride, with nowhere left for our mistakes to hide. Pour it out, let it steam, end of this ancient dream. Cold drags up the dawn, everything is gone. Midnight brew is dripping in the quiet of the room, a bit of medication for this overwhelming gloom. It keeps the shadows moving while the rest of earth can sleep, guarding all the painful revelations that we keep. Oh, midnight brew, you simmer with a dark and smoky soul, restoring just a fraction of my shattered self-control. sign is buzzing through the heavy haze as I get lost inside a meditated daze. A silver lighter flickers with a sudden spark, illuminating every corner of the dark. I watch the gray rings spiral upward to the roof, a fragile evidence of temporary proof. You left me sitting at the counter all alone, with nothing but a heart that turned to stone. The bartender is staring with a worried glance, knowing that we don't stand a single chance. I exhale slowly as the memories appear, mixing with the atmosphere of nicotine and beer. Your laughter echoes from the corner booth, exposing every single ugly truth. We traded sanity for something far too wild, acting just like a reckless, foolish child. The cloud is thick enough to hide my face as I erase you from this crowded space. But every breath I take is filled with you, a painful habit that I can't undo. Smoky regrets are rising in the air, a heavy burden that is far too hard to bear. We choked on promises we couldn't keep, while all the angels were fast asleep. Oh, smoky regrets, they blind my weeping eyes, cutting through the cobweb of your lies. A slow combustion of a love gone wrong, the bitter lyrics of a tragic song. The lipstick stain upon the filter is turning dark, leaving behind a cold, familiar mark. I watch the glowing tips slowly burn away, wishing I had found the right words to say. You were a fire that I wanted to possess. Now I am left inside this overwhelming mess. The ashes falling on my satin dress, a physical manifestation of distress. The jukebox plays a melody from yesterday, back when we had a beautiful game to play. But now the tune is scratchy and out of time, a perfect soundtrack to our romantic crime. I wrap my coat around my frozen frame, trying so hard not to whisper your name. The room is spinning as the liquor hits my head, remembering everything you ever said. The cloud is thick enough to hide my face as I erase you from this crowded space. But every breath I take is filled with you, a painful habit that I can't undo. Smoky regrets are rising in the air, a heavy burden that is far too hard to bear. We choked on promises we couldn't keep, while all the angels were fast asleep. Oh, smoky regrets, they blind my weeping eyes, cutting through the cobweb of your lies. A slow combustion of a love gone wrong, the bitter lyrics of a tragic song. Blow it away into the night, out of mind, out of sight. Just ash and dust, a broken trust. Smoky regrets are rising in the air, a heavy burden that is far too hard to bear. We choked on promises we couldn't keep, while all the angels were fast asleep. Oh, smoky regrets, they blind my weeping eyes, cutting through the cobweb of your lies. A slow combustion of a love gone wrong, the bitter lyrics of a tragic song. Watching it vanish puff by puff, I guess I never was enough. Let the smoke clear, my dear. wrap your frosty arms around my shivering frame, offering an apology that carries absolutely no real weight. A cheap consolation prize for playing your wicked game, delivered at the doorstep when it's far too late. I accept the hollow gesture because I'm too tired to fight, sipping on the frozen tea you left upon the stand. We sit in total isolation under the dim moonlight, two separate continents inside a dark, forgotten land. Your words are like winter frost on a window pane, intricate and beautiful, but lacking any real inner heat. You try to soothe the damage with the logic of your brain, while my intuitive heart is suffering a total defeat. I don't want your sympathy, I don't need your regret. Those are just accessories to disguise your selfish pride. I'm looking for a feeling that I haven't discovered yet, deep inside the territory where your dark secrets hide. The blankets are heavy, but they cannot warm my freezing skin. The fireplace is blazing, but the room remains so cold. There is an absolute bankruptcy of affection from within, as our tragic narrative begins to completely unfold. I'm surviving on the scraps of your cold comfort tonight, freezing in the shadow of the love you choose to withhold. Nothing about this emotional arrangement feels right, as the final embers of our history turn completely old. You offer me a shelter made of solid blocks of ice, a clinical solution to a passionate human bleeding heart. I paid the absolute ultimate existential price to watch this cold comfort tear our world completely apart. The radiator clanks inside the corner of the dark bedroom, a mechanical reminder of the friction we used to generate. Now we are just occupants of a highly sophisticated tomb, resigned to the reality of our self-inflicted fate. You hand me a glass of water with an indifferent stare, as if fulfilling a duty rather than expressing genuine care. I look at your beautiful face and find absolutely nothing there, just an empty vessel floating in the freezing morning air. The calendar pages flip, but the season never changes. Here we are trapped in a perpetual January of the human soul. Every single promise you make is completely insincere, designed to maintain your absolute architectural control. I'm packing up my heavy thoughts in a cardboard suitcase box, preparing to migrate to a warmer, more forgiving climb. I'm breaking through the heavy iron of your emotional locks, refusing to waste another single second of my precious time. The blankets are heavy, but they cannot warm my freezing skin. The fireplace is blazing, but the room remains so cold. There is an absolute bankruptcy of affection from within, as our tragic narrative begins to completely unfold. I'm surviving on the scraps of your cold comfort tonight, freezing in the shadow of the love you choose to withhold. Nothing about this emotion arrangement feels right, as the final embers tear our world completely apart. Keep your frozen pity, keep your calculated grace. I am walking out into the blizzard of the real world outside. I'd rather freeze alone than stay inside this empty place, where all our genuine, passionate emotions went and died. Cold comfort, 0 degrees, shaking the leaves off the dying trees. No more warmth, no more light. Look at the ice in your beautiful eyes. I'm surviving on a scrap of your cold comfort tonight, freezing in the shadow of the love you choose to withhold. Nothing about this emotional arrangement feels right, as the final embers of our history turn completely old. You offer me a shelter made of solid blocks of ice, a clinical solution to a passionate human bleeding heart. I paid the absolute ultimate existential price to watch this cold comfort tear our world completely apart. Cold comfort freezing away, breaking the ice at the end of the day. You wrap your frosty arms around my shivering frame, offering an apology that carries absolutely no real weight. A cheap consolation prize for playing your wicked game, delivered at the doorstep when it's far too late. I accept the hollow gesture because I'm too tired to fight, sipping on the frozen tea you left upon. There is a tempest raging underneath my skin, though my face remains as calm as a summer lake. You don't possess a single clue of the war within, or the immense amount of pressure it takes to not break. I sit across the table watching you converse, smiling politely at every trivial thing you say, while my internal universe is ready to reverse and wash this entire fragile illusion completely away. The coffee cups are cooling between our distant hands. An ocean of unspoken grievances lies wide and deep. We are two travelers lost in unfamiliar lands, guarding secrets that we promised we would forever keep. Your eyes wander around the crowded, noisy room, unaware of the tectonic plates shifting right below. We are standing on the precipice of absolute doom, waiting for the inevitable wind to violently blow. No thunder rolls across the plaster ceiling tonight. No lightning strikes to illuminate the growing dark, but hidden completely away from the public sight, we are extinguishing our very last remaining spark. Welcome to the reality of this silent storm, destroying everything we built without a single sound. The atmosphere is freezing, though the weather is warm, as our foundation crumbles directly to the ground. A quiet devastation that nobody else can see, a hurricane of sorrow locked inside a human heart. We pretend that we are happy and completely free, while this silent storm is tearing our lives completely apart. I watch your fingers nervously tap against the wood, a subtle sign that you feel the atmospheric pressure too. If I could scream out loud, you know I absolutely would, to break this paralyzing spell cast over me and you. But the etiquette of heartbreak demands a quiet grace, so we sit and suffer beneath the sophisticated mask, staring blankly at each other's beautiful empty face, knowing that survival is an impossible, daunting task. The waiter brings the bill and places it between us two, a final price tag on the years we carelessly misspent. There is nothing left for me to say or do to alter the tragic direction in which our love went. The storm is gathering its final destructive might, swirling behind my eyes where you cannot perceive. We will walk out into the cool, indifferent night, and without a single word we will permanently leave. No thunder rolls across the plaster ceiling tonight, no lightning strikes to illuminate the growing dark, but hidden completely away from the public sight, we are extinguishing our very last remaining spark. Welcome to the reality of this silent storm, destroying everything we built without a single sound. The atmosphere is freezing, though the weather is warm, as our foundation crumbles directly to the ground. A quiet devastation that nobody else can see, a hurricane of sorrow locked inside a human heart. We pretend that we are happy and completely free, while this silent storm is tearing our lives completely apart. Piece of misery that is now complete. We drown in the stillness of our collective pride, with nowhere left for our shattered spirits to hide. Listen to the quiet, it's louder than a scream, the sudden awakening from a beautiful dream. The rain is coming, but it makes no sound at all. Watch the empire elegantly fall. Welcome to happy and completely free, while this silent storm is tearing our lives completely apart. Silent storm washing over me, setting our trapped spirits permanently free. Let the rain wash away the remains, breaking all our invisible heavy chains. The city bleeding through the rain-soaked window glass, fluorescent puddles reflecting the corrupted paradise below. I watch the late-night yellow taxi cabs quickly pass, while my internal clock is moving incredibly slow. You left a chemical dependency inside my lonely mind, a technicolor nightmare disguised as a romantic dream. I'm searching for the innocence I left somewhere behind, sinking in a shallow pool of your artificial scheme. The television flicker casts a pale electric hue across the empty spaces of this deserted downtown loft. I cannot separate the fiction from the absolute truth of you. Your voice still echoes here, so dangerous and soft. You were a synthetic drug that I eagerly consumed, a flash of brilliant color in a world of monotone gray. But now I realize that this attachment was completely doomed, as the synthetic glow begins to slowly wash away. The midnight rain is falling on the asphalt down below, mixing with the colors of the artificial street. We are two broken figures caught inside the matrix glow, watching our spectacular disaster become fully complete. Drowning slowly in the pool of this liquid neon light, chasing a futuristic fantasy that wasn't built to last. Stranded in the middle of a cold urban night, trying to escape the heavy gravity of our synthetic past. You were a glowing illusion that illuminated my dark, a beautiful distortion that completely blinded my view. Now I am left without a single natural living spark, choking on the toxic electric memory of you. The refrigerator hums a low and mechanical song, a stark accompaniment to the isolation in my chest. I knew from the very beginning that this dynamic was wrong, but I welcome the chaos and the beautiful unrest. You played your emotional games with digital precision, altering the frequency of my fragile heartbeat. Now I am forced to make a definitive decision to walk away forever and accept my total defeat. The clock is glowing green upon the bedside table stand, counting down the minutes until the morning sun arrives. I hold a broken circuit board in my trembling hand, a perfect metaphor for our corrupted, twisted lives. No more excuses left to justify this toxic addiction. No more running back to the sanctuary of your embrace. I'm purging my reality of your beautiful fiction and wiping every single digital trace of your face. The midnight rain is falling on the asphalt down below, mixing with the colors of the artificial street. We are two broken figures caught inside the matrix glow, watching our spectacular disaster become fully complete. Drowning slowly in the pool of this liquid neon light, chasing a futuristic fantasy that wasn't built to last. Stranded in the middle of a cold urban night, trying to escape the heavy gravity of our synthetic past. You were a glowing illusion that illuminated my dark, a beautiful distortion that completely blinded my view. Now I am left without a single natural living spark, choking on the toxic electric memory of you. Turn off the electricity, let the darkness consume the space. No more glowing lights to hide the wrinkles on my soul. I wanna eliminate every single memory of your face and finally reclaim my absolute sovereign control. Pull the plug, turn it off. The air is thick, the breath is soft. No more glow, no more light, just a piece of the natural night. Drowning slowly in the pool of this liquid neon light. Drowning slowly in the pool of this liquid neon electric memory of you. Liquid neon flickering away, fading out into the early morning. Shut it down, let it die. Goodbye, electric light. You wrap your frosty arms around my shivering frame, offering an apology that carries absolutely no real weight. A cheap consolation prize for playing your wicked game, delivered at the doorstep when it's far too late. I accept the hollow gesture because I'm too tired to fight, sipping on the frozen tea you left upon the stand. We sit in total isolation under the dim moonlight, two separate continents inside a dark, forgotten land. Your words are like winter frost on a window pane, intricate and beautiful but lacking any real inner heat. You try to soothe the damage with the logic of your brain, while my intuitive heart is suffering a total defeat. I don't want your sympathy, I don't need your regret. Those are just accessories to disguise your selfish pride. I'm looking for a feeling that I haven't discovered yet, deep inside the territory where your dark secrets hide. The blankets are heavy, but they cannot warm my freezing skin. The fireplace is blazing, but the room remains so cold. Oh yeah, there is an absolute bankruptcy of affection from within, as our tragic narrative begins to completely unfold. I'm surviving on the scraps of your cold comfort tonight, freezing in the shadow of the love you choose to withhold. Buzzing about this emotional arrangement feels right, as the final embers of our history turn completely old. You offer me a shelter made of solid blocks of ice, a clinical solution to a passionate human bleeding heart. I paid the absolute ultimate existential price to watch this cold comfort tear our world completely apart. The radiator clanks inside the corner of the dark bedroom, a mechanical reminder of the friction we used to generate. Now we are just occupants of a highly sophisticated tomb, resigned to the reality of our self-inflicted fate. You hand me a glass of water with an indifferent stare, as if fulfilling a duty rather than expressing genuine care. I look at your beautiful face and find absolutely nothing there, just an empty vessel floating in the freezing morning air. The calendar pages flip, but the season never changes. Here we are trapped in a perpetual January of the human soul. Every single promise you make is completely insincere, designed to maintain your absolute architectural control. I'm packing up my heavy thoughts in a cardboard suitcase box, preparing calculated grace. I'm walking out into the blizzard of the real world outside. I'd rather freeze alone and stay inside this empty place where all our genuine, passionate emotions went and died. Cold comfort, 0 degrees, shaking the leaves off the dying trees. No more warmth, no more lies. Look at the eyes in your beautiful eyes. I'm surviving on the scraps of your cold comfort tonight, freezing in the shadow of the love you choose to withhold. Nothing about this emotional arrangement feels right, as the final embers of our history turn completely old. You offer me a shelter made of solid blocks of ice, a clinical solution to a passionate human bleeding heart. I paid the absolute ultimate existential price to watch this cold comfort tear our world completely apart. You wrap your frosty arms around my shivering frame, offering an apology that kept an empty corridor echoing with the footsteps of your memory. Every single floorboard creaks with the weight of your name. I am trapped inside this architectural, historical cemetery, playing a solitary match of a forgotten, tragic game. You left your phantom residency inside my fragile chest, a stubborn tenant who refuses to ever pack up and leave, disturbing the peace of my nightly necessary rest, leaving me with nothing but this heavy blanket of grief. The dust is settling on the portraits we hung upon the wall, a gallery of moments that have lost their original color. I hear your laughter resonating faintly down the lonely hall, making the present reality seem significantly duller. I try to exercise your presence with new company and wine, but the spiritual possession is far too strong to break. I keep on tracing every single faded boundary line, remembering the promises you managed to easily fake. Oh, the temperature is dropping as the midnight hour draws near. The curtains sway without a single gust of physical wind. I am paralyzed by an ancient, overwhelming existential fear of the emotional wreckage we permanently left behind. Oh, welcome to the sanctuary of my haunted heart, where your ghost occupies every single empty room. A beautiful relationship that we tore completely apart, leaving us stranded inside this sophisticated doom. No matter how far I run, your memory follows close behind, a persistent shadow that I cannot possibly ever our tragic history take a permanent shape. The clock strikes 3, but the darkness remains completely still. A heavy atmosphere that suffocates my independent spirit. I try to summon the remaining fragments of my broken will, but when your name is spoken, I tremble just to hear it. You were an absolute monarch who ruled my territory with pride, leaving a trail of beautiful devastation when you abdicated the throne. Now I have nowhere left for my shattered dignity to hide, standing center stage in this empty mansion all alone. The mirror reflects a stranger with hollow, exhausted eyes, a victim of a grand illusion that lasted far too long. I am completely finished with your clever, strategic disguise and the bitter resonance of our favorite broken song. I'm opening the windows to let the chilly morning air inside, purging every single corner of your lingering toxic scent. No more tears left for the love that prematurely died. Every single dollar of our spiritual wealth has been spent. The temperature is dropping as the midnight hour draws near. The curtains sway without a single gust of physical wind. I am paralyzed by an ancient, overwhelming, existential fear of the emotional wreckage we permanently left behind. Welcome to the sanctuary of my haunted heart, where your ghost occupies every single empty room. A beautiful relationship that we tore completely apart, leaving us stranded inside this sophisticated doom. No, 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 no matter how far I run, your memory follows close behind, a persistent shadow that I cannot possibly ever escape. Locked inside the prison of my own corrupted mind, watching our tragic history take a permanent shape. The clock strikes 3, but the darkness remains completely still. A heavy atmosphere that suffocates my independent spirit. I try to summon the remaining fragments of my broken will, but when your name is spoken, I tremble just to hear it. You were an absolute monarch who ruled my territory with pride, leaving a trail of beautiful devastation when you abdicated the throne. Now I have nowhere left for my shattered dignity to hide, standing center stage in this empty. And dark anchor heavy inside my vulnerable chest, pulling me down into the hidden trenches of my soul. You awakened a primitive hunger that refuses to rest, stripping away my remaining fragments of sanity and control. I stare at the ceiling as the midnight shadows expand, vibrating with a magnetic pull I cannot physically fight. We are stranded together on a stretch of uncharted land, chasing an obsession that defies the morning light. Your glance possesses a dangerous unspoken weight, like a sudden downpour on a parched and dusty plain. You unlock the heavy iron padlock of my private gate, flooding my entire system with an exquisite kind of pain. I know this intense preoccupation is bound to end in grief, a beautiful catastrophe waiting for the right moment to strike. But your proximity offers the only available temporary relief in a world of duplicates where no two things feel alike. The tide is rising rapidly, the water is warm and deep, swallowing all the cautious words we carefully prepared to say. We have a collection of volatile secrets we promise to keep, as the rational world begins to completely dissolve away, sinking further into the abyss of this deep desire, burning with a hunger that nothing else can satisfy. Leaving every safety boundary line far away behind, in the heavy grip of this chaotic emotional ecstasy. The air grows thick with the scent of jasmine and leather, a suffocating luxury that fills this enclosed private space. We are bound together by an invisible, unbreakable tether, unable to eliminate the vivid memory of your beautiful face. You operate on a frequency that directly bypasses my brain, targeting the raw impulses hidden deep within my core, administering a sweet remedy that acts exactly like a stain, leaving me completely exhausted yet begging you for more. The clock is ticking softly, but the rhythm is entirely lost, overwhelmed by the frantic cadence of our mutual design. We don't care about the final catastrophic financial cost, as long as we keep on drinking this intoxicating vintage wine. The outside world is a distant, unimportant murmur tonight, a faint echo that carries absolutely no real significance at all. We are locked in the sanctuary of this dim crimson light, waiting for the final protective barrier to inevitably fall. The tide is rising rapidly, the water is warm and deep, swallowing all the cautious words we carefully prepared to say. We have a collection of volatile secrets we promise to keep, as the rational world begins to completely dissolve away. Emotion desire pulling me under, a beautiful emotional ecstasy, and dark anchor heavy inside my vulnerable chest, pulling me down into the hidden trenches of my soul. And dark anchor heavy inside my vulnerable chest, pulling me down into the hidden trenches of my soul. You awakened a primitive hunger that refuses to rest, stripping away my remaining fragments of sanity and control. I stare at the ceiling as the midnight shadows expand, vibrating with a magnetic pull I cannot physically fight. We are stranded together on a stretch of uncharted land, chasing an obsession that defies the morning light. Your glance possesses a dangerous unspoken weight, like a sudden downpour on a parched and dusty plain. You unlock the heavy iron padlock of my private gate, flooding my entire system with an exquisite kind of pain. I know this intense preoccupation is bound to end in grief, a beautiful catastrophe waiting for the right moment to strike. But your proximity offers the only available temporary relief in a world of duplicates where no two things feel alike. The tide is rising rapidly, the water is warm and deep, swallowing all the cautious words we carefully prepared to say. We have a The neon sign is buzzing through the heavy haze as I get lost inside a letter daze. A silver lighter flickers with a sudden spark, illuminating every corner of the dark. I watch the gray ring spiral upward to the roof, a fragile evidence, a temporary proof. You left me sitting at the counter all alone, with nothing but a heart that turned to stone. The bartender is staring with a worried glance, knowing that we don't stand a single chance. I exhale slowly as the memories appear, mixing with the atmosphere of nicotine and beer. Your laughter echoes from the corner booth, exposing every single ugly truth. We traded sanity for something far too wild, acting just like a reckless, foolish child. The cloud is thick enough to hide my face as I erase you from this crowded space. But every breath I take is filled with you, a painful habit that I can't undo. Smoky regrets are rising in the air, a heavy burden that is far too hard to bear. We choked on promises we couldn't keep, while all the angels were fast asleep. Oh, smoky regrets, they blind my weeping eyes, cutting through the cobweb of your lies. A slow combustion of the love gone wrong, the bitter lyrics of a tragic song. The lipstick stain upon the filter is turning dark, leaving behind a cold, familiar mark. I watch the glowing tip slowly burn away, wishing I had found the right words to say. You were a fire that I wanted to possess. Now I am left inside this overwhelming mess, the ashes falling on my satin dress, a physical manifestation of distress. The jukebox plays a melody from yesterday, back when we had a beautiful game to play. But now the tune is scratchy and out of time, a perfect soundtrack to our romantic crime. I wrap my coat around my frozen frame, trying so hard not to whisper your name. The room is spinning as the liquor hits my head, remembering everything you ever said. The cloud is thick enough to hide my face as I erase you from this crowded space. But every breath I take is filled with you, a painful habit that I can't undo. Smoky regrets are rising in the air, a heavy burden that is far too hard to bear. We choked on promises we couldn't keep, while all the angels were fast asleep. Oh, smoky regrets, they blind my weeping eyes, cutting through the cobweb of your lies. A slow combustion of a love gone wrong, the bitter lyrics of a tragic song. Did we ignite this fire just to watch it burn? Is there a lesson that we'll never learn? We played with matches in a wooden house, quiet as a terrified cornered mouse. Blow it away into the night, out of mind, out of sight, just ash and dust, a broken trust. Smoky regrets are rising in the air, a heavy burden that is far too hard to bear. We choked on promises we couldn't keep, while all the angels were fast asleep. Oh, smoky regrets, they blind my weeping eyes, cutting through the cobweb of your lies. A slow combustion of the love gone wrong, the bitter lyrics of a tragic song. Watching it vanish, puff by puff. I guess I never was enough. Let the smoke clear, my dear. The hearth is cold, the glowing fire has turned to gray. Nothing remains of the brilliant heat we used to share. You pack your bags in the quiet light of breaking day, moving around the room as if I wasn't even there. We used to burn so bright, we blinded everyone in sight, a roaring blaze that promised it would never melt away. But now we're staring at the aftermath of the final night, with nothing but these ashes scattered in a dull decay. I watch the smoke evaporate into the morning air, a fragile ghost of the passion that has reached its end. We are two strangers trapped inside a solitary stare, unable to remember how we used to be each other's friend. The words we speak are chilly, like the winter frost outside, stripped of the warmth that used to make our spirits soar. We have no vibrant feelings left to showcase or to hide, as you prepare to step across that threshold of the door. The temperature is dropping as the final shadows fall, leaving us shivering in the remnants of our golden past. There is no magic resonance left hanging in the hall. We finally found a fire that wasn't built to last. Staring blankly at these fading embers in the dark, trying to catch a whisper of the flame we used to hold. Nothing is left of our spectacular celestial spark. Everything around us is turning incredibly cold. We watch the fire burn down to the absolute ground. No heat remains to save us from this bitter freezing air. A suffocating silence is the only remaining sound, born from the wreckage of a love beyond repair. Your coat is zipped, your keys are jingling in your pale hand, a final punctuation mark to our extended tragic play. We built our fragile palace on a foundation of shifting sand, and watched the rising tide wash all the architecture away. I won't beg you to stay, I won't cry a single tear. The numbness has consumed me from my head down to my toes. I'm left with an existential, overwhelming fear of how the story ends when the final chapter closes. The clock upon the mantelpiece is ticking loud and slow, counting down the seconds until you disappear from view. I close my eyes and let the last remaining memories go, purging my heavy system of the absolute thought of you. The door frame frames your silhouette one final solitary time before you step out into the indifference of the street, leaving me behind in this cold, uninspiring climb where our total bankruptcy is final and complete. The temperature is dropping